Hi, thanks for joining me. We'll be working more neck and shoulders today. So I have a bolster and a couple blocks and have a blanket or a towel nearby, and we'll begin. So come to seated, and we won't be here very long. Sit up nice and tall through the back body. And then lift your shoulder heads up towards your ears and draw them back and down. Do that a few times. Welcoming that movement. Welcoming the breath. And then start to reverse the action, kind of either circling and adding in a little bit of lifting and lowering. Good. Take one more movement with the shoulders, either up and down or circling, and then just pause. Bending at your elbows, palms facing in. Start to open up, lifting to shoulder height, and then lower the arms down. Twice more, so a little bit of an opening, and then a little bit of a closing. And last time. And then close. We'll take the arms out to shoulder height, and then turn the forearms forward, and then bring them right back down. And then we'll complete that and close the forearms. Then open it up to shoulder height, lift the forearms, lay the forearms rather flat, and lower it down one more time. So separate there, palms facing forward, palms facing the floor, and then you lower it down. Take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, take your arms out to the sides, lift the forearms, and now pause here. Starting with your left hand, begin to reach your left arm all the way up, bring the bicep close to the ear, and then rebend the elbow to shoulder height. And 2 more times. Inhale, slow exhale. And last one. Good. Relax the arms, take a shoulder circle or shrug, and then reset. Bend at the elbows, lift to shoulder height, and pick up the forearms. And we'll take the left side, or the right side, I apologize. Reach up, close to the ear, and then once again, shoulder height. And then pause, flip the palms to face the floor, lift a little bit in your underarms, move your head a little, and then start with one arm. So you're gonna reach it towards the monitor, bend the elbow, and draw it back, and then alternate. And then bend. And then bend. Good. One more each side. This is a great motion to help you lift your posture. And now I'm going to spin so you can see me seated here from a profile perspective. And take your arms and reach them a little bit towards the back if you're sitting on a bolster or the mat. Little bend in the elbows, and then start to lift the arms behind you and slide your shoulder blades towards one another and hold. Relax the arms completely. Take a breath in, and then press the crown of your head a little bit upward. Extend the arms a little bit back. Elbows can soften. Slide those shoulder blades towards one another and set it down. And again, inhale rather tall. Exhale, lift the arms. Palms are facing in. Slide the shoulder blades, protraction and retraction. And then let your arms come down. So now what's interesting for many of us, we've done tricep extensions in our lives, but we're going to move through the rear delt, so the back of the shoulder. So start with your right arm, and as you reach your right arm back, look a little bit ahead yet down, and then start to pick up the arm, relax the neck. See if you start to feel some warmth in that back right shoulder. This is often a very underused part of the shoulder. 3, 2, and 1. Lower the arms, sit up tall, take a breath in. I'm just going to hinge and move to the other side. So take that left arm back with a little bend. No tricep extension, just lift through the back of the left shoulder, the rear delt. Notice the sensations in the neck and throat. Try to soften that for 3, for 2, for 1. And then sit up nice and tall. Take your arms, bend your elbows to that goalpost shape. Palms are facing away from you. And then let the palms face the floor. Take your right shoulder blade back. Send your right arm forward, keeping the elbow at shoulder height. Take your left elbow back. And take that left palm forward. Take both elbows back. Lift a little bit up from the underarms. You can feel the upper rib cage front and back. And then lower your arms. I'm going to spin and face you before we come off of our seat. So something that's really nice here is make closed fists, slide the elbows back, and start to take wing circles. So it almost feels like you have wings, which you do in a way. Shoulder blades resemble wings. And then you reverse the action. You can make that movement quite big. Wonderful. One more. Well done. Okay, come on off your seat and come onto your mat. You can place your bolster or your blocks in front of you. So I have a bolster and I'm going to lay it horizontally across. Tense your fingers on top of it, curl your toes under, and then begin to reach your hips a little bit back. Taking some time to kind of acclimate, move into this. Feeling that nice stretch. Flatten the palms, take a breath in, shift a little bit forward, and then press your palms, shift a little bit back. Come on back through center. One more time, shift a little bit back, this time untuck the toes. Good. Come on back to center now. Walk slightly closer to your bolster. You can keep it on the low height, drag it a bit closer toward you, and then rest one elbow on top of your bolster at a time, bringing your hands together, and then start to bring your thumbs back towards the nape of your neck. Get a nice stretch through the triceps. You'll feel it into the connective tissue of your shoulder blades. Take a nice deep breath in. Straighten the forearms, press into your toes or feet, raise a little bit of the upper body, look ahead, inhale, and then shift back. Bring the thumbs towards the nape of your neck, hug your biceps in. One more breath. And then extend the arms, pressing them down, float the head off the mat or your bolster and come on upright. So my hands are on my bolster. You can also use blocks for this. They're shoulder width apart. So I'll show you a couple different angles. What I'd like you to do is bend your right elbow, straighten your right arm. Bend your left elbow, straighten your left arm. So it feels as if your arms are walking. Keep the elbows pointing towards your hip bones. Don't put too much strain in the wrists, just kind of alternate. Right and left. Let's add both. So bend both elbows, straighten both arms. Take a dip with your right, take a dip with your left, and we'll do 3 with both arms bending. Bend, straighten, bend, and straighten. Last one, bend, and straighten. Shake out your hands. Keep your hands on your bolster or your blocks. Curl your toes under. Come into downward facing dog. So when we talk about hands, shoulders width, that's objective. So it can be to a traditional cued shape, or you customize it. You can turn your fingers out a little bit. I like to point my index fingers forward. It helps engage the muscles that support the shoulders. Try to release the head in this shape. Start to walk from the back of your mat towards your bolster. Bend your knees and let your upper body hang. So you're completely relaxing the shoulders now, letting them kind of round over your body. And let's welcome ragdoll. So forearms stack. You can hold on to opposite elbows or the bones of the forearms. This extra little weight helps you draw length through the mid-spine. You might even feel some space underneath the scapula. Take a nice deep breath in and a long breath out. Release your hands back to your bolster or your blocks. And we're going to come up to tabletop using blocks. Okay. Grabbing your blocks, place them on the long setting, and they're flat. So they're at level 1. Let's come through some rounds of cow-cat. Just kind of rounding, moving the spine, moving the shoulders. And then pause here in a tabletop pose, pushing your arms rather straight into your blocks. And then you'll begin to just drop your chest and lift the back of the chest, doing this version of, say, a shoulder pulsing press. So your arms remain straight, your head kind of goes along for the ride. It's a great way to warm up the muscles between your shoulder blades. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a pause, take a deep breath in. Take your right hand to the small of your back with your palm facing the sky. And then let the shoulder and let the elbow kind of fall towards the floor. Start to lift from the front of the shoulder and slide the hand against the small of your back. Lift into cow pose. So this little lift will give the front of the shoulder a nice stretch. And then use your hand as an assist to lengthen the tailbone as you round. 2 more times. Breathe in and out. And inhale. And exhale. Come back now to your tabletop pose, and we'll shake out the left hand. Bring the left hand against the small of your back. Same thing as the right. You're going to let your elbow and shoulder kind of fall towards the mat. And now lift the front of the shoulder. Slide the hand against your sacrum and lift through to cow pose. Try to gently feel the stretch in the front of the shoulder, and now round. Twice more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Breathe in and breathe out. Okay, release. I'm going to face the camera. Hopefully I will stay in the frame. Come onto your abdomen and take your fingers out towards the side. This is nice to use a wall behind you because you can push your feet into it and just let your head come down. So your action is going to be slide your shoulder blades towards one another and then slide them a little bit down your back. Take a breath in, push into your fingertips, and now take your left shoulder, dip it to the floor, look right, and then back to center, and take it to the left. Really nice way of bringing some mobility into the fronts of the shoulders as you move side to side in this cobra variation. One more each side. As you make your way back onto your center, slide your hands to frame your ribs. Let the back of your neck lengthen. Feet are pushing into the baseboard behind you. Let your chin kind of point towards your chest for a moment. On the inhale, send your chin a little bit forward. And on the exhale, lower your chest down. Good. Come all the way up. Find a seat. So I'm going to sit on 2 blocks in a supported squat pose. Okay, so here I am on my blocks, and it feels quite nice underneath the sits bones. Start with your left arm, bending at the elbow, and now you're going to take the arm and spin the palm to face the back of the room, rested against the small of your back. Return that arm and bend. Now take your opposite hand in front of your chest. So instead of leaning forward, you'll catch yourself, okay? Take the palm, spin it to the back, sitting up nice and tall. 2 more times. Right arm bends. Spin the palm to face the back as you breathe. Last one. And then spin the palm to rest against your back while you hold this nice posture. Beautiful. Release, shake it out. Let's take it to the other side. So bend your right arm, and let's just use the opposite hand to help guide us here. Flip the palm to face the back. Catch if you've leaned forward. And again, bend, and then flip the palm against the small of your back. One more time. Nice. Okay, release your arms. Take your arms out to the side, flip the palms to face the back of your room, and then slide right hand in front of left. Press the back of your hands against your low back, upper pelvis. Draw the fronts of your shoulders wide and a little bit back. It's a great stretch. Release, palms out and down, and then see if you can reverse it. Press the palms or the hands towards each other. Spread your fingers, and then think about spreading your lower back with the use of your hands. Wonderful. And gently release. Shake out your wrists. Couple neck rolls. Let your head fall to one side of the shoulder. Slowly tracing the chest over to the other shoulder. Repeat that action. Same direction for one more. Let the chin stay pointing down, and then begin to reverse the action. I try to do these every day because the mobility in our neck spine is quite mobile, quite fragile, yet easily holds tension. Once your head comes back and the chin points down, lift the head, and then repeat this 3 times. So let your head turn over your left shoulder. Slowly back to center. This time take your arms away and then turn your head to your left shoulder again. And let your head come back to center. This time send the arms upward. Turn your head to your right or left. Doesn't really matter. Back to center. And then lower it down. One nice circle. Pick them up. Inhale and drop them down. Okay, second side. So start with the arms relaxed. Just turn your head to the right. Back to center. Take your arms now to a T. Turn your head to the right. And back to center. Take your arms straight above you. Turn your head to the right. And then take it back to center. Well done. Let your arms come down. Okay. Come on off your seat. Place your blocks off to the side. Come onto your back. Now, as you lie on your back and your knees are bent with your feet flat, let your hands rest on your abdomen. So it's going to visually look a bit challenging from this perspective, but see if you can follow me. We'll begin with the left arm. So bend the left elbow so it's in that goalpost shape. And now take that left arm towards the sky and then let it fall towards the floor. 3 times. So arm up, arm slowly back, arm up, and arm slightly forward. So it depends on your range. One more time. Breathe in, arm back, breathe out, arm up, and arm slightly forward. Good. We'll take it to the other side. So my right elbow is bent and my palm is now facing the ceiling. So that will be where you begin, and then you raise the right palm, elbow stays on the floor, and then you lower the arm down. And take that arm up and behind you. A couple more times. It's such an interesting range of motion. It's often something that we can take for granted. Maybe the only time we're aware of this movement is if we become injured or limited. Excellent. On your back now, send both of your arms upward towards the sky. Palms are going to be facing away from you, and alternate bending one elbow. So right elbow taps the mat, and then straighten the right arm. Left elbow taps the mat, and left elbow straightens. One more right, and up. One more left, and up. Let's try 2. So bend at the elbows, tap the mat, send those arms up. Last time, bend the elbows and tap the mat, send those arms up. This time, bend the elbows and keep your elbows on the mat. Palms are facing forward. And now let the palms face the sky, keeping your arm bones on the floor. And now taking your arms up and then letting your arms lower forward, palms facing the floor. Now bring the arms back up. If this is okay in your shoulders, lift the arms to a hover. So they're about maybe a little bit less than an inch hovering. Take your arms, hover, so they're not on the floor. Take your arms upward, hover, and then take your arms forward, hover. Wow, that one's not liking it on my left. Try it one more time. Palms facing forward, palms facing the sky, forward, facing the floor. Excellent. Grab a hold of your thighs, bend your knees, and bring your knees in towards your chest. Reach your forearms around your thighs or your shins and come up into a nice ball, bringing your chin in towards your chest. Roll on up to seated. Swivel to face forward and choose a comfortable seat. Interlace your fingers. It doesn't matter which finger is on top. And then press your palms forward. Take a little reach over to your side. Doesn't matter which one. Swoop the body through center over to the other side. Take it back through center. Take your palms up. Lean a little bit to one side. Back through center. And lean a little bit towards the other side. and come on back to center. Take your arms, release them, let them slowly float to the floor, and let's move into our final pose of rest. So I'm going to set this up in a bit of a conservative way. So make a blanket roll, place that blanket roll behind you. If you have pillows or a bolster, you can slide it underneath the backs of your knees or your thighs. As you recline, grab a hold of that bolster. I'm actually needing to adjust this. So your shoulder blades will rest on top of it, and then it's up to you. Maybe you would extend the arms overhead. Maybe you let your arms just find either a goalpost or T-like shape. Make any necessary adjustments. That's really important, so you feel most comfortable. Feel that nice splaying of the chest, the release of rounding shoulders falling towards the floor. Create some space in your jaw and your throat. And take a couple deep breaths. Can you feel your muscles let go of a grip? Can you feel them softening? Take a nice deep breath in. And a long breath out. You can become still and stay there, or you can start to awaken the body and stretch your arms and legs. Slowly make your way over to your side. And come to seated. Bring your hands under your heart, close your eyes. Let's take a gentle breath in and a slow breath out. Celebrating the movement of our bodies and all that it can do. Have a wonderful rest of your day. See you again.